Hello, I'm Michael from IQX. IQX is an application program for managing temporary staffing agencies. So we specialize in high volume, high compliance, technical matching. So one of the things that's required in the program is document management, because we have to deal with letters, contracts, CVs, and so on. So there's a full CRM, as well as all the other stuff, paying and billing. We need a word processor. So it's a very traditional program. It's been around a long time. Conventional two-tier Windows MDI. But we had to move into the 21st century and start to offer a convenient SaaS-based product, so we could deliver the entire legacy program in a browser with zero installation to make it easily accessible for small businesses, startups, and so on, so anyone could sign up to the SaaS offering. So one of the things we've always needed in IQX is to take close control over the word processor, because there's a lot of stuff like mail merging. We don't want to be exporting stuff and expecting users to import and press buttons, all the rest of it. We want to be able to take charge of the process and deal with it. So all the way from the early 90s, where it started off as a text-based program, we've talked to a word processor. It started off as WordPerfect, the DOS-based program. Then when it went Windows, we talked to MS Word, controlling it using the usual OLE automation mechanisms. But when 3 years ago we started developing the SaaS product, it was perfectly clear that Word was not a practical solution for that, because it wasn't commercial. We needed to be able to charge users so much a month that they could afford. So we needed something else, and we started off with a rather simplistic third-party component. But it's not been particularly well received. It's very, very basic. People want a proper word processor. So what do? Well, you'll not be surprised to hear that Collabora appeared on the radar as being the obvious way to go. So how to implement this in this new SaaS version of the legacy product? Well, we started off trying to put it in the Delphi browser component. Now that worked absolutely fine. There's an Edge browser component in Delphi. It all looks fine running on the desktop, but as soon as you try and deliver the whole thing onto the browser, it won't render. So we had to take another look at that, back to the drawing board, and we had to, on top of the canvas, which is the virtualized application, we had to create an iframe to do the Collabora stuff. So we need to control the internals of the document, so Python macros. We need to make a lot of use of the action export messages and the post message architecture. And we need various exports for plain text emails, HTML emails, PDF attachments, and so on. So the end result looked like that. There's the basic product on the top row, where the entire IQX application is virtualized into the browser. Enter Collabora in the middle, and it gets a bit more complicated. We instruct the browser to create the editor iframe. The iframe then talks to CoolWSD here, which talks to the database via the WAPI server. We've got Python macros, and then the bottom row shows you what it's like when we're instructing downloads. So we can't download direct to the browser. It all goes via the application. So we might ask for an HTML copy or a text copy or a PDF or whatever, which either gets consumed internally or it gets handed onto the browser as a browser download or a print job. So that's the basic architecture. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it's a very conventional MDI program, quite old-fashioned in many ways. The left side, we've got our own little UI bits and pieces, in this case for inserting fields and so on. And this just demonstrates one of the slight problems we have. Since it's an iframe sitting on top of a canvas, we can't partly hide it. It's all or nothing. So when we move to an overlapping window, we hide the whole iframe, and then we show it again when we go back. You also see in the left-hand document, we've got a plain text copy of the document. This has always been important to us for quick views of the document and also for index text searching of documents and so on. So we always keep a parallel text copy. So every time there's a Collabora save, we also ask it for a text download, which we stuff into the database for that purpose. That's an example of a merged document. So here we've got a result set of records, and we step through, and we can either merge email or merge print them one at a time or as a batch, and the whole thing ends up as a browser download, or as an email, depending on what's required. And that's IQX in a browser. So